All right, what's up, team? It's Ruben from TG, and today's email is about somebody who said, I have a $1,500 account and I have self limited belief in myself. I keep chasing moves and cutting winners short. Okay. So this is tough, right? Trading with a small account, especially when you have, I'm assuming, back to back losses. That can really take a beating on your self esteem. I get it. Okay, so I say if this sounds like you, stop trading. So that's really important because once you start getting to that mindset of doubting yourself and like being scared, that can really take an effect on your trading and also on your mental health as well too. It could equal to more losses as well too, more money loss, and that could be tough. Okay, and the reason for that is because you need to like stay mechanical, systematic about every single trade. Okay, I think believe in like a recent video I talked about how I took a ELF ER trade and it took me down 70% on that trade, and I had to like compose myself so then I can focus on the opportunity that is in front of me, right? Because if I'm in that state, like mental state of mind, then I'm just going to miss opportunities or maybe do something stupid. Okay, so I said go back to square one and rebuild your foundation before risking any real money. So it's really important to take a step back and just like let's reset, close all your positions. If you're like at a max drawdown of like 5% of your account, close your positions. Let's reassess what's happening. Okay, take a break. I say here's what you need to do first. Okay, and so um, I said you need to learn, like we need to take it back to the basics, right? How to read the option premiums. This is really important. This is something that we do inside TGE Max all the time. We have to understand what affects the price of the contract. It's really, really important. I talked to a lot of traders and they have no idea, a lot of option traders, and they have no idea like what the delta is, how theta affects their option contract. Take it back to square one. Just reassess. Okay, so really important to understand all this. Gamma, theta, vega, implied volatility, all that stuff. Think more probabilistic. Okay, really, really important. Trading is about stacking probability in your favor, not guessing. Okay, what you have to understand here is that this is just a math game, and the more you use math, like probability and statistics, like you're gonna have a better chance of becoming a profitable trader. Okay, some trades go your way, some trades don't go your way. Sometimes the trades exceed your expectations for profit. Sometimes it just goes practically to zero. So like when you start thinking about probability, then you have to like reassess how you think about risk management as well too. Okay, so make sure that you always protect your capital. Think in probability and statistics. How to use the delta to your advantage. This is something that we do inside TG Max a lot. We look at the delta Greek a lot because that is going to tell us how much our contract is going to go up in value. Does your contract have enough to actually win? And that's true too because we use it as a probability. So the delta is doesn't just tell us how much the option premium our contract is going to go up in value if it goes in our favor, but it also gives us a probability. Like if it goes below 25 delta, the probability of going in the money is way lower. And because you have theta working against you, it's gonna have to work extremely hard, the stock to work really hard for it to like climb back up to where the original value was. So these are really important questions to ask yourself when you're in a trade. Is there enough delta? And typically, like we like the 25 delta, like at the lowest minimum. Anything lower than that, we don't like that. It's too far out of the money, too low probability. How to calculate expect the move. Knowing price ranges to help you set realistic targets. So this is something that I talk about with like a lot of technical analysis traders. They're always they're just guessing, like they don't know anything about like where price can actually go to, what's the max, what's the low. And it doesn't mean that it has to stop there, but it gives you a price range. Sometimes a lot of technical analysis traders, they have some really unrealistic trades, and so they really don't know like how much a stock can go by given expiration date. And this is really simple. You can find this inside the TGE Max, not the TGE Max community, the TGE free community. And it's really simple. Like you can use a straddle method. It's like you get the ask price of the call and the put at the money, and then you just add them for the expiration date. And then that's your expected move. That's one way of doing it. And it works pretty well. Inside TG Max, we have a different model where we use like at the money and two strangles at the money, and that works really well. And we just try and like uh, test with like how much we weigh in each one of the like the straddle, the strangle, and the second strangle. Okay. So really important. Give yourself some realistic targets. Okay, and this makes sure that like you're not guessing like where price is going to go by a certain date. Learn about implied volatility. Okay, yeah. So volatility drives the premium pricing a lot. Okay, this is really, really important. Like understanding how implied volatility distribution happens. How does it distribute when we're at a low volatility market? When we are at a high volatility market? How does that affect the Greeks? Like really, really important to understand implied volatility. This is really important. You combine this with this and this, and like you're almost unstoppable there. Like you're gonna have really, really high odds of winning. How to manage risk with stop losses and max drawdowns. So again, this is really important, and this is something that a lot of traders struggle with, because when you're operating from a $1,500 trading account, your goal, most traders mindset is like, I want to get rich as quickly as possible because I want to get out of my current condition. They're at a pain point in their life and they want to get out of it as soon as possible, and they ignore risk and stop losses and max drawdowns, and they end up blowing their account. So make sure you don't do that. Okay, so like reassess. I said, I put all my TG Max members through this process because if you don't understand these core concepts, you're trading blindly, which is true. Next step to solve for self-limited belief is to paper trade. I make everybody paper trade because most of the time, um, traders come with like a pain point. They're they've been losing. They haven't seen any progress, so they have these self doubts about themselves being able to trade. And so, spend a month trading risk free in simulation mode. This will rebuild your confidence, help you practice with your financial stress without financial stress. Sorry, helps you practice without financial stress. So, like, you're not putting any money on the line. And it shows you what works before risking real money, right? So, like, if you're gonna trade a strategy, and hopefully it's statistically proven and it has a 1-to-3 risk reward ratio. Okay, test it for a month or two, like in different market environments. Very, very important that you yourself can execute this to a T. If you can't do that in paper trade, then there's no way you could trade real money. The next step is to fix your trading plan. So I say, if you're chasing moves and cutting winner short, you don't have a real plan. And here's what's happening. You don't know an entry criteria. You don't know where to exit. You don't know how to set a proper stop loss. You don't have a defined target. And this goes back to almost like these basics, like where's the delta? Where is the expected move? This will help you with profit, like profit targets, right? Implied volatility, really, really important. But a lot of traders that I talk to, I ask them, like, okay, what was your criteria? What was your parameters to get into the trade and get out? And they're like, I don't know. EMA crossover. It's like, that doesn't make any sense, right? You have no plan. It's like going hiking without a map. You're going to get lost and you're probably going to die. So hopefully that's not the case. When you lack structure, it can feel like you're chasing, but the truth is you just don't have a system. Inside TGE Free, there's a full trading plan and guide that breaks it down. Go get it. So I have a link to that. As a good trading plan should answer, what's my risk per trade? What's my expected move? How much time should I give this trade? What's my entry and stop loss criteria? Very important questions, right? This is just like the basics. And a lot of traders miss the basics on on the trades, right? So when they get in, they don't know what is going on. They have random results because their trades are random. Final step is to use math. Please use math. Like, stop relying on technical analysis. Okay, most traders use technical analysis, and that causes them to make emotional decisions. The ones who win use math, and it's true. Okay, Like, think about it. When you go to a hedge fund like Point 72 or some of these other ones like Sigma or whatever, they're hiring quants, they're hiring math magicians more like it, right? Because they want to have a mathematical edge in the market. And so they know that relying on solely on technical analysis just doesn't fly. Like, you need models based on the company's fundamentals, like EPS growth, based on PE ratio, based on the option premiums, lots of stuff. There's a lot of different models out there that you could use that have math behind it that is better for forward looking rather than like looking backwards. Okay, math is unemotional, and not just also for finding opportunities, but also for like risk management. Very, very important. Okay, so math is unemotional and it gives you a statistical edge. For example, how to get the expected move calculation. So this is one that you can find inside the TG community. It says it gives you a defined price range, so you're not blindly guessing where price is going to go. Okay, it helps you set a realistic profit target instead of cutting winners early, right? Like, if you know that the weekly top move is $100 and the stock is at 98, you can still target that, right? Or 95, right? It's almost there. Like, you have something to aim for. It doesn't mean that it has to hit it, but you have something to aim for or take profit as it gets closer. It prevents FOMO because you already know where the stock is likely to move, right? So, like, if you're like, oh, I missed the move. Wait, well, there's still like $3 left for the move. Like, that can make you some good cash on the trade, right? So you're not missing out yet. Like, you know the range, and you know like if there's enough movement to make capital or not. Let's say you find the expected move for a stock over the next month. Instead of buying weekly options, get the contracts 2-3 months out for more flexibility, right? So you're not stressing out, especially if you have like a very small account. Buy yourself time. Don't get like these weekly short term or zero DT. Get yourself time. You'll make more money and you'll keep your sanity a lot better. Now you're not stressed about small fluctuations. You've already accounted for them. There's a series that I posted here in TG Free called Deltas with Ruben, so you can find that to help you like utilize what delta to get the expected move by a specific date. You can also use it like learn how to use it as a probability tool, and like what contracts should you be getting? Like, what's the range? What's the farthest out of the money that you can get? Most traders fail because they trade emotionally instead of mathematically. If you're not using the option premiums, expected moves, and risk management to create a plan, you are gambling. And the good news is that you can get everything inside my community. And that's pretty much it, right? So, like, if you want to grow a small account and you want to not have these self-limited beliefs about yourself and have a proper trading plan, go to TG Max, or sorry, go to TG Free, the community. You can find everything there for free. Everything that I teach my TGE Max members, you can find it there. All right. And all right, see you in the next one.